it's Emery, and in one of my last videos, I showed you how to get the stains off your American Girl doll. And today I'm telling you, she's my oldest American Girl, and today I'm going to be showing you how to fix her hair if it's really ratted or messy or dirty. So now I'm going to show you what you need. You are definitely going to want a small washcloth. This is actually from an American Girl set, so I'm going to use this to cover their head so you don't get in their eyes. A hairbrush and a mild shampoo. So I'm using Aveeno shampoo, so this will work very well, and so it can't like ruin their hair, so it should be a very mild shampoo. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is we're not going to get their head wet today because you can't do that. It might ruin their scalp. So just back them up a little bit like this, and then take your small washcloth and cover their face and a little bit of their scalp and tuck it behind their head so you don't get it all wet and messy. So now the first thing you are going to want to do is turn on your faucet a little bit and just wet her hair like this. And you only want to do like just up to the middle because you really don't want to get her hair all wet. So just the ends here. This. And then take your shampoo and get some in your hand. Get it out. Just like a teeny tiny little drop. And you just rub it around. It's a little wet too. And just kind of clean her hair with it like this. And then you don't want to rub it in too much. Then just rinse your hands off. Be careful. And then rinse out her hair. Like this. And this will be very helpful to defrizz her hair. And you don't want to do this process too many times because if you keep cleaning her hair after a really long time, it's going to get frizzy and it might get even more messed up. So if that happens, don't do it again. Just brush her hair out and spray it a little bit with water, and it should be all better. So I'm just going to finish up rinsing out her hair like this. Okay, so now that you have all the bells or sounds, and I have too, you don't want to just brush it all wet. You want to just take your hands at the top and just squeeze out all the water as much as you can. It's still going to be damp, but just squeeze it all out so you don't get your counter all wet. Squeeze it out like that. And then once you're done squeezing out, you are going to brush it. Okay, now that you have gotten her hair all dried out, you don't want to ever use a heat tool on her hair like a hair dryer or straightener. So just to get the last bits of water out, just dry it off a little bit like this. And as you can see, it is a little bit tangled. But then you're going to take your hairbrush. I am using a wet brush, so that does work very well in her hair. You are just going to brush out all of the tangles like this. So her hair, if you have a wavy hair or curly hair doll, I don't recommend if it's tight curls like Gabriella. So wavy hair works too, and you can do this on straight hair. And just brush out all the tangles. And as you can see, it looks like it's getting straight, but it's actually not. When it dries, it'll poof back up and it'll be curly and it'll also be really smooth. So, and as you can see, I've gotten her a little wet, but that's not to worry. You should only worry if you get her eyes wet or if her body is like soaked in water. But if her body's like really soaked, I mean, it doesn't really matter because it will dry. So just keep brushing out every little tangle in her hair. And then just keep brushing, and then I'll tell you what to do next. Okay, so now that it's all brushed, you should, if you want to, might realize that some of these things on the end, just a little excess hair, you can trim it off if you want so it's all even, but make sure you don't cut her hair a lot, just cut the ends. You don't have to do that. I'm not going to be doing that today, but I will check back with you guys in about 30 minutes of when it should look like when it is dry, and make sure you don't use a hair dryer to make it dry quicker, but if you do want to, you can set her in front of a cold fan and that will dry it quicker too. So I will check back in 30 minutes. So I'm back. So I am halfway there for it dried, and as you can see, it is starting to work, and it's definitely not as dry. So if you want it to go faster, like in the middle, you can just start by brushing it out, which sometimes makes it seems a little more wet, but you can brush it out and then just go like this. Just shake some of the water out, like that. And then you can just brush it out again if it got a little tangled. And just brush it out a little, shake it a little bit more. And as you can see, it is starting to dry. It's not as wet as it was before. So yeah, that's one way to make it dry a little faster. You can put it in front of a fan, as I said, and I will check back in a few minutes when it is completely dry. I'm back. So Tenny's hair is as dry as you can get, and it totally worked. So as you can see, it's so smooth and soft, and her hair was so tangled before. So I'm just gonna finish it up by taking my wet brush and just brushing out her hair. And this is not all the way dry, but it is very dry. It's not gonna get their body wet at all. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you for watching. So make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.